So, what do you do when you're cast outside from the only place you've ever known, but thanks to the special heating tape from engineering, you don't die exposed to the toxic air?
You do what anybody would. Explore beyond the ridge and try to survive.
It's not like you've got much of a choice, really.
But more importantly, will we finally learn from which plague Juliet's name comes from?
Hey, Cameron Fennec here, and the first season of Silo was one of the best sci-fi shows I'd seen last year, if not the best. It's been well over a year since the first season ended,
On a pretty dramatic cliffhanger.
and we couldn't wait to get back to that world and see what happens next.
And what we got was a tense episode where we mostly follow Juliet as she explores a long dead silo.
The flashback this episode starts with leaves us with many questions. What happened to that silo? Why was engineering about to be flooded? Why were some bridges broken?
But we know what happened to the population, though.
Oh, that was so gruesome. We know as the audience what's going to happen when they open the outside doors, yet we can't help but feel the jubilation of the people as they stepped out, only to see it in the present day from Juliet's point of view.
One thing I appreciated about this premiere episode, the production values are as great as ever. They didn't just redress the original set. The shots, the surprises, the shocks were all very well done.
And Rebecca Ferguson is very watchable, carrying the episode mostly on her own, hardly saying anything.
And they did a great job finding a younger character who looks so very much like her for the handful of flashback scenes.
So Juliet sets out to explore this dead silo where no one appears to have survived.
All that raises questions for me. One, she contaminated the entrance by coming in, so how did she know she'd be able to breathe without her suit?
I don't think she had much of a choice by that time. It was either get out of it or suffocate inside it.
Yeah, good point. And the other is, how can she see anything?
I kept asking myself that. Yes, there are a handful of lights here and there,
But even those made me wonder how they still worked. Mechanical is flooded, likely for decades.
Maybe for 140 years. I mean, that's when the rebellion in Juliet's silo took place.
Maybe, but it means the huge rotating engine no longer works, and that's where Juliet's silo got all its power from.
I'm trusting we'll have some answers in forthcoming episodes, but in any case, having a pitch dark episode wouldn't have been that entertaining now, would it?
I have to concede on that point.
Aside from a handful of flashbacks, the episode has very little dialogue, as we explore the remnants of a silo with Juliet, where we see her resourcefulness, as well as her phobia.
My girl's an engineer. We're the best of the best, we are.
And kudos for finally paying off her terror of the water.
The moment that happened was so well done. For a split second there, I wondered how she'd survive the fall, or even if she would.
Yeah, that could have been the end, as we focus back on the original silo or something else from then on.
This episode raises so many questions, and of course the cliffhanger ending is going to make waiting for the next episode a long wait. But the pacing, direction, the set design are all top-notch, and our lead is excellent. This was a longish episode at 50 minutes or so, but it didn't feel that long as the tense atmosphere kept you glued to the screen.
Roll on episode 2, eh?
Can't wait to see what happens next.
I'm willing to bet we won't know in the next one, as it focuses on the other silo.
Why do you think that?
Because those actors are still listed in the credits.
Put me down for 10 squids.
You're on.
I'm not betting against McCluck, but whatever happens, Silo's back.
Let's just hope they don't do a foundation and disintegrate the excellent story over the course of the second season.